So here's where we're at with the site. Basically, we pretty much finished the damp proofing. There's a little bit left in the bucket, so I'm gonna just use it up wherever, but we're pretty much done. We've gone all the way around with it. We have a nice trench. Sill plates. So we made our sill plates all the way around, and the sill plates, it's a double sill plate design, so we got a pressure treated 2x8 and then a kiln dried 2x8 with the holes for the anchor bolts going through. And we had to create our overhangs wherever it was necessary to create a square, like 90-degree corners, because the original foundation did not have 90-degree corners. Right here we hung off too far, so I couldn't use the 2x8s that I had ordered. I had to go out and buy 2x12s. So here's the 2x12s. I took them off temporarily, but you can see I already have slots drilled here. But we have a whole bunch of 2x12s that I've already prepped that go along this whole wall right here, this wall. And those will be good. Now inside here we've been putting up our Crawlspace vapor barrier, and essentially we've been installing it by see these little fasteners right here, here. So every 8 inches on center I've been putting one of these fasteners. I had to pre-drill the concrete with a 1/4 inch hole, and then we've been sticking the fasteners in place. We have some overhanging, you know, that I need to trim. Spent a lot of time to make sure our corners were good. That's our septic, electrical conduit, you know, and so they're doing good. We had a little bit of rain, so we're just drying out, almost done drying out underneath it. You know, just want to make sure that it's all dry. Once I put the first floor cap on, I'll be able to tarp it every night. Over here, this is one of the seams that I made. And so this seam is made with a big thick piece of tape, and there's also double-sided tape underneath. And so it's a double taped system. Works really well. I was very happy with how thick the adhesive was coming out of this tape. Looked great. This is 16 mil reinforced. It's a triple layer, so there's a middle layer with fibers running through it. So it's a very thick vapor barrier. Should work well. Over here I've made 2 of our double joist where there's going to be small pieces of joist hanging off it. So I lined up all my joist hangers. I've already nailed the 2 together using 10-penny nails. So those are 3-inch long. They go all the way through, holding the 2 together. And also on the back side I have a few locations where there's screws, because I was lining them all up and I wanted the 2 surfaces to be flush before nailing anything, checking my crowns and all that. This is the crawl space. I finally finished. Everything's taped up. As you can see down the line, I have all these fasteners holding it in place. Now each one of these is an air penetration, but I'm going to be sealing them. Let's see, the corners were folded, tri-fold, just like a wrapping, like a Christmas present or something. Every single penetration, which is that electrical conduit, the septic tank, the 4-inch PVC for the septic tank, and that 2-inch sleeve that the water pipe will be coming through. All of them, I spent a lot of time sealing them up at the base with more tape. So I put some grease ice and water over the top of the foundation. This is amazingly sticky stuff. I love using it. And so where I have the white vapor barrier coming up, and it's mechanically fastened to the top of the foundation with these plastic fasteners under here, the grease ice and water lapped over it and now covers all those fasteners, creating a continuous air barrier all the way across. Now grease, ice, and water doesn't stick tremendously well to concrete, but that's not its point. I'm going to be using this surface right here to stick another vapor barrier to from the walls. When I bring the walls down, I'll be able to stick to this. So the two will stick together real nice. So it doesn't matter so much how well or how badly it sticks to concrete. It's all about creating somewhere that I can stick to and a continuous, non-stop air barrier and vapor barrier all the way through the house. And now, simply because code states in it specifically you need a sill gasket, sill seal or something. This is sill seal. It's just this thin foam thing with little ridges on it. Put it down on the whole top. That way, you know, hopefully I won't get any argument from the building inspector. And we're throwing in some construction adhesive both below and above the sill gasket. Basically, I just want to make sure that the any air penetration through the concrete won't communicate inside the house. So that'll just help where there's the hole in the grease, ice, and water shield. Right there. That's all. So have the sill plates on all the way around. The bolts are tightened down, and all my joints are lapped between the bottom sill plate and the top sill plate.